Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles, and before we get started, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that sub button. Make sure you click that like button. YouTube always likes it. And be sure to leave your comments in the comment section. I want to hear what you got to think about this next subject. So without further ado, let's get it. So this one's a tough one to wrap my head around, because the Giants just went out there and won 31-28. Seems good. Seems like a legit win. But the fact that they were down 28-7 is the concerning part. Now, that was a great comeback. It was one of the largest comebacks in like 99 years. But this team is definitely flawed, and I believe that we have come into the season giving them a little bit more hype than they actually deserve. But the Arizona Cardinals, from all accounts, you can look at it, the management, they're looking to tank. They're trying to get the top picks. The players don't know that. I mean, the players know that, but they're still going out there playing. And for the fact that the Giants couldn't get anything started with them, it really baffles me. So even though I feel good about this win, but against who it is, against who they just did it against, it's really not that impressive. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. This league is a week-to-week league. Fans like us are going to be extremely emotional. They're going to be up and down. It's going to be all over the place. So I can take that. But at the end of the day, we are 1-1. Everybody in our division actually won. So everybody else is 2-0. We're 1-1. I'll take it. Now we're on to San Francisco. But about this game couldn't start off any worse than... It just couldn't start off any worse. The defense couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop the Cardinals. They couldn't stop Josh Dobbs. They couldn't get to him whatsoever. They're just running up and down the field on us very easily. Our offense couldn't get anything started. DJ was completely out of rhythm. The offensive line was not gelling together. The wide receivers seemed like that they was on a different page from DJ. Saquon couldn't get anything started. This was an entire disaster until they came out into the second half. Once they came out in the second half, it looked like a totally different team. They started to stretch the field, especially with Jalin Hyatt. That really got the team going. And once we seen that DJ was in rhythm, we knew each and every time that he touched that ball, he was going to score. It did not matter what or how, but he was going to score. You just seen the type of rhythm that he gets in. And we've seen this before. And last year, we've seen it a little bit more, and especially in that Vikings game. But when DJ really gets into a rhythm, you see it and you feel very confident about him as going forward with the going forward as a quarterback. And he was just on point. He ended up having 380 overall yards. He had 321 passing. He had 59 rushing. He had a rushing touchdown, two passing touchdowns, and one interception that literally went right through Saquon's hands, right into the defender. Now, this is the second week that this has happened, where he's thrown it to his best weapon in Saquon Barkley, and it's got popped up in the air for an interception. My concerning issue is the lines. Just the lines overall. The offensive line, we had a lot of movement there simply because Andrew Thomas was out. And the defensive line, I don't know what they're doing. That is supposed to be the strength of our team, of our overall team. But yet, they can't get no pressure on anybody. I don't know if Wink is trying this new I'm not Wink method, because he's not blitzing as much. He's not putting that much pressure on this on the quarterbacks. I guess the personnel that he's putting out there, he wants to see if we could really play like cover, but it ain't working. These guys, 40 points last week, 28 points this week. And the Cardinals are nowhere near what the Cowboys are, and the Cardinals are nowhere near what the 49ers look like, who we will be playing Thursday night. So it is areas of concern going into this next game. Now, we still have to see exactly what this team is. I don't believe that this team really has an identity yet, but they're going to formulate one once the season really do progress. But the problem is you don't want to get so far behind that then you gotta try to make a late season push just to make the playoffs. Because honestly, if they play the way that they play today, it's over. We'll probably be like 1-6, 1-7, and really behind the 8 ball. But you can't really think too far behind there. The Cardinals game, it was a good one. No sacks for us. Our offensive line had gave up 3 sacks, interception. But the most important thing was they was down 28-7. They showed that resilience. They made that comeback. They got into rhythm, and they ended up winning by 3 points with a Graham Gano field goal. So, take the dub. Giants fan, I'm taking the dub. I'm happy about that, but it's on to San Francisco on Thursday. Until next time, I'm out.